And this is how we get down. Good morning to everybody out there in the BTT Studios universe and the Coach and Company universe. As you can see, your boy has made it back to the friendly confines. Shout out to American Airlines for getting me home safely. And we are back in the saddle today. An absolutely huge day here at the brand. As you guys know, we are live every single weekday at 10 a.m. with our incredible partners at Stadium and the Stadium Network, and they have grown, so we are growing with them. Now available in over 110 million homes every single day. By the way, if you didn't catch the last word yesterday or Coach and Bro, you can catch those on demand here at the brand. Now, you always like to start with a winning day. And even though we're more than just a sports betting brand, we still love our bets. And how about this? 4-2 yesterday as we head into an extremely busy week in the world of sports. Now, you can also consume us in so many different ways. If you want your voice or your name to be heard on national television, you can watch on our brand new YouTube channel, or you can watch on social media as well. Now, you can also become a premium member in several different ways, and I encourage you to do that so you get even more content, including a bonus little episode that we tape after the show live every single day. Now, without further ado, do you guys hear that? Yeah, I think you did. It's the doorbell ringing. It's the best company in the damn business. It is time, without further ado, to beat the books. Oh, and I got all my boys here on a Tuesday. Look what I got. It's an absolute embarrassment of riches today. Let's go all the way to the end. The best soccer capper walking God's green earth, and he's on our damn team. He is live from the dirty Big Chuck. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coachman, company. Nice to have you back in the saddle. Fortunate to have a nice little Monday, but we've turned the page. Day soccer today, tomorrow, Thursday. Big weekend ahead. Ready to get it going.
You're damn right. I love that attitude. Ultimate team player. Now, right next to him is the best damn beard in the game. And on Tuesdays, they elevate their energy just a little bit. Big Soupy, what's good?
What's good, everybody? I'm feeling good today. Yes, I'm coming off a sweep against young Peyton right there. Going to do it again this week.
Wow, wasting no time, young Peyton. Good morning. Your reaction?
Morning. Usually when we refer to a sweep, that's usually 3-0, 4-0. I believe it's 2-1 me if we go back 3 weeks. But no worries at all. Good morning, guys. Nice to see you guys. And yeah, nice to see you too, I guess, Soupy.
Wow, these two absolutely despise you. I got to say this, though. We have a birthday boy in our midst. Birthday yesterday, young sir?
Yes, sir. Got back just in time here in Los Angeles to spend the day with the family. It was a nice day. So pretty quick one, too. I went to bed nice and early, get up for the show, and get things going today. So pretty energized.
That's the kind of dedication I'm talking about right here. You don't go out and party. No, we've got to get here on Coaching Company live early. That's my boy right there. Now, he's our numbers guy for a reason. He has a very special role here at the brand. He will show up anywhere and everywhere with line movement, things that could help you at home. He is Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Peyton. Happy birthday. And boy, what a birthday gift. Plus money Angel victory last night. So congratulations on Angel plus money. Live betting, they were up to plus $5 at one point.
Wow. Normally they don't come back. Not at the Big A. But they did last night. By the way, man who hosts the pregame for the Angels, young Peyton's father, Roger Lodge. It's all in the family. All right, gentlemen, you guys know our drill. You know the rules here at Coach and Company. We can have a winning day on Monday, but it means nothing if we don't back it up on a Tuesday. So, Big Chuck, when we're talking day soccer, I got to come to my boy. Start us off.
La Liga and Soupy's favorite team, Valladolid in Girona. The both teams have scored. This has actually cashed in 8 of Valladolid's last 10 matches and 7 of Girona's last 10 fixtures. Then the premium play of the day, we go back to La Liga and we have Sociedad and Celta Vigo, with Sociedad conceding in 1.2 goals per match, while Celta Vigo concedes in 1.6 per outing, making this another prime both teams to score spot.
That may have been the funniest thing you've ever said on the show. By the way, if you want to support the side hustle, our man Big Chuck, literally you play 1 or 2 games, it pays for the entire year. The QR code is on the screen. We always have a premium play of the day. Always have a premium. He kind of pulls the curtain back. My man is just doing work over there with his side hustle. All right, Raphael, I got to come to you next, big boy. We're going to talk about Jason Tatum at the bottom of the hour, but there are so many things that are changing and numbers that are changing. Last night, I'm sure you saw it as the Golden State Warriors were breaking the huddle before the game. There was Steph Curry watching them run out without him. And now we have found out that he will be out for Game 5. So essentially, that series is over. Is the number anywhere that you can play in this series as you're looking at it?
No, what I heard last night from other odds makers, once they saw that and the report came out, Game 5, they're pretty much treating as Curry. We're not going to see him until next year. So everything odds-wise is now Curry's going to be.
God, that just stinks. You got Curry out, and then we'll hear more on Jason Tatum coming up in about 25 minutes from right now. But, Raphael, for your best bets, talk to me.
Hey, we're going back to the well not once but twice today. We're going to go with Russell Westbrook over 13.5 points and rebounds. He's the spark off the bench. He is the reason why their probably series is tied 2-2. He has hit this in 5 out of 7 games and 9 out of 12. I just like the way the energy he comes off the bench, gives the crowd, gives his other teammates. He's going to hit this prop bet again, 13.5 points and rebounds. And this one's for you, JC1. Give me the New York Yankees team total over 3.5. Really, minus 120. I don't care who's pitching for Seattle. The Yankee bats are going to produce runs. Last night, they scored 11 runs against Seattle. They've hit this prop number 6 straight time. I'm going to take the Yankees bats again tonight.
I know you're a man of the people because my man Bruce in the chat says, Raph, can we get a team total over? And you deliver just like you always do. Maybe throughout the show, if you can find another team total, because we like to over-deliver, maybe we give it out in 30 or 40 minutes if you find one that you like. If you
Have
find
a couple
one
nuggets.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's go down now. We've got the prize fight coming up in about 38 minutes from right now. But these are best bets. So, Soupy, I'm coming over to you, big boy. What do you got?
Raphael's got the Yankees team total. I hope they hit that in the first 5 because I have them winning the first 5 minus a half at plus 100. The Yankees lead the league in runs in the first 5, and they have the second best record in the first 5 innings. They got Max Fried going on the mound, leading the league with a 0.5 ERA. He's leading the league in ERA, yes, but the Mariners are batting 0.95 against Fried. I think it's going to be another big game for him. The Yankees are going to start strong and finish strong. I think they're going to win this game. And we're going to go to the ice. Stars, Jets. The Jets are the Stars. They came back strong after the Jets blanked them in Game 3. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Hellebuck had a struggle in Game 4, but I think he rebounds. I don't think he's going to pitch another shutout. But both teams have had scarce when it comes to finding scoring opportunities. Both blue lines are actually playing pretty well. So that's why I'm going to take this at under 5.5.
Subi, where would you rate that on your take scale?
That's a 6.5. 6.5.
That might be a stretch. Young Peyton, why are you laughing so hard over there?
Oh, I just love to see Soupy struggle.
We're the ultimate team. We're the ultimate team here at Coaching. Just lifting each other up all the time.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love you guys. Just love you guys so much. I also love a little word we like to call synergy because we got it with 3 of my boys. So we have Raphael with the team total. Love it. Got Soupy with the Yankees laying the half run in the first 5. And then young Peyton coming over to you. You like runs as a total in this game. Talk to me.
Yeah, all over this game. 8 of the last 9 Mariners home games have gone over the total runs line, and 7 is a very low number, especially when Max Fried is just due to get lit up at some point. If he was good every game, he'd be the best pitcher ever. He's not. And also, games at T-Mobile Park average 8.9 runs. I'm going with the over there. Also, Denver Nuggets tonight, plus 10.5. The Thunder are really good, but I don't think Jokic and Murray let this game get out of hand. 10.5 against the Joker, and clutch Jamal Murray is way too big of a number, so I like Denver in this spot tonight because they know how important this game is.
Yeah, plenty more on this game. We'll break it down. after the bottom of the hour, including the Pacers and the Cavs game tonight as well. We'll have another nugget on something that could affect that Pacers-Cavs. Raphael will have that in about 22 minutes from right now. Now, we have an incredible partnership with Just the Stats Sports. We call it JTS. And every single day, the inventor, the man and his team, they come strong. So real quick before we get to the play, Mark, how has the model been treating you, not only with hockey, but also with baseball and a little NBA?
Coach, I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. We are hitting it over 72% in all three of the leagues. Last night, the model projected 4 of the 6, for the NBA total spreads and money line winners. I couldn't be more pleased.
I absolutely love it. And I'll tell people how they can join in a second. But we always have a JTS play of the day based off the model projections. Where are we going today, sir?
Coach, today's play of the day, it hits harder than a Bricktown thunderstorm. First up, OKC's Aaron Wiggins to knock down at least one triple. He's shooting a scorching 50% from deep in this series. He's launched up 14 threes over the last 4 games, making 7 of them. Despite only seeing an average of 14 minutes a game, all we need is 1, and this man's been locked in like he's got a built-in GPS behind the arc. We're going to pair that with Miami Marlins' Valente Beloso to go over 1.5 walks. Look, the guy is just allergic to the strike zone. 190 of his last 300 pitches have been balls. That's over 60%. And now he's facing a Cubs lineup that ranks 6th in walk rate versus righties. That's a problem. I mean, for him, not for us. Because when you put them both together, you get a plus 116, Just the Stats Sports Player of the Day.
And if you want to be a part of JTS, we could not make it any easier for you. There's a QR code on the screen. Download it. Use our code BTT30, and we're going to give you 30 days for free. You can go and check out all the cappers, all the edges, the algorithms, the whatever you want. Check it out for 30 days, and I promise you, because so many others have already done it, you will be playing with us, and you really get into a good time as football is now less than 4 months away. By the way, Mark, did you make a Bricktown reference? Because JC1 in the chat loves it. Was that a Bricktown in Oklahoma City reference?
That sure was a Bricktown in Oklahoma City, along with the thunderstorm reference. And if I can just take a quick second and say, Dad, happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your 79th.
Very nice. 79.
Yes,
We've
sir.
got 79 and we have early 20s. We've got it all covered here at Coach and Company. Does your dad watch the show every day?
He does. On Amazon Prime.
Sorry, I'm just get a little choked up when you say we're on Amazon Prime, which I actually have on my big screen right next to me every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now, as we move forward, Raphael, what was the over-under on jokes today and the odds, please?
It's always either 1.5, 2.5, depending on the day. Today was 2.5, and he flew over with 4. That last scorch thing ended at the end. We counted as a joke.
Very interesting how you grade it. You're the hardest sports book I've ever seen.
Raphael is like an NHL official score with the shots on goal. You never know what is going to count and what's not going to count as a shot on goal.
That's very true. He's a hard grader. By the way, Mark will be back at the bottom of the hour with Round the Rink. Him and Peyton will give us more best bets on the ice. And the NHL playoffs, guys, have been absolutely amazing. All right, our best bets are now set. But we're just getting started. Still to come here on the show. We've got a ton of topics coming up in one word. The NFL schedule starting to leak out just a little bit. Michael Jordan at NBC? Really? Really? And how does the best defensive lineman in all of football not even have communication with his own team? Also, 2 big games on the NBA hardwood. We'll break it all down. Pacers, they can close out the Cavs tonight. Will Donovan Mitchell play? We'll have that information. And also the Nuggets and the Thunder, they are tied at 2 games apiece. And then in 32 minutes, you know what time it is. It's time for a prize fight. This is Coach and Company live as always on Stadium. All right, we continue on here on our YouTube page. Raphael, the Minnesota Vikings are going to make history being the first team to ever play consecutive international games in different countries coming up this season. Is the NFL getting a little bit too creative?
No, they're just grabbing money where they can grab the money now. So we're going to see probably 3 teams pretty soon or have multiple games. I would not be shocked if we see a Monday night football out of the United States.
Wow. Chuck, Steelers, September 28th, Vikings, and then October 5th. So first game ever in Ireland, and then the next week in London against the Browns. Do you like it?
Absolutely, I like it. And the Vikings, they do have the skull clap, so they do have that little international feel to them. So I'm curious to see how that goes over in the stadiums.
Soupy, do you think that'll go over in the stadiums?
Yeah, these European fans, they love the NFL. When you watch them, even in England, it's loud, it's crazy. I think this is great for the NFL.
Great for the NFL, but young Peyton, is it great for the Minnesota Vikings? Because football players, they are creatures of habit. And when you're asking them to recover, stay in a hotel for what, probably 10 or 12 days, that to me is really a disadvantage for the Vikings. What about you?
That's exactly the direction I was going to take this, Coach. When you look at everyone happy at this is including us. We're happy about it. London's definitely happy about it. But you look at the players, they're not happy about it. These guys do not want to go traveling mid-season and play these games that just count as much as if they were home. So they got to go just a longer way. So I can tell that these guys are frustrated not to go there once, but twice.
And you lose a home game. And that, to me, is the bigger thing. Home field's not crazy in the NFL, but it still matters. And when you're taking a home game away, teams don't like it, but they have to deal with it, and that is the future. And that's why quarterbacks are making $60 million, and you've got wide receivers making $40 million. What are we talking about here? All right, we've got a ton of topics coming up in one word and more nuggets from my man, Raphael. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, before we get to one word, Raphael, his role here, if you're just joining us on Coach and Company, is to keep us abreast of everything and anything that is moving lines throughout the world of sports. Raphael, what do we have right now?
We'll go with the game tonight. Mitchell will be playing tonight for Cleveland, which I think BetMGM right now has 7.5. Once you see him on the court shooting and practicing, this one will go up to 8, 8.5. There's some shops that have 8 already. If you like the Pacers or if you like the Cavs, get it now. If you like the Pacers, you're going to keep on waiting because this money line is going to shoot up. I think a lot of people like this thing, so I think the Pacers might be the play tonight.
Gosh, I think so too. We'll discuss them coming up in about 14 minutes from right now, but that's a big line movement I want you to keep your eye on throughout the show. He hurt his ankle in game number 4. We missed, almost the entire second half? More than the second half. Yeah. All right, Raphael, get back to work. He'll be in the chat. Any questions for Raphael or Mark or Charles, put them into the chat. They'll answer them for you in real time. In the meantime, it's time to break down some of the biggest topics in sports. It's time for a little one word. All right, you guys know the drill. Young Peyton, Big Soupy, and myself, we break down the biggest topics in sports. Now, Raphael told me that last night, right before the lottery, that the Mavs were a 40-1 favorite, not that 40-1 odds, to get the number 1 pick. 1.8% was their chances of getting that number 1 pick. Nico was somewhere going, please, Lord, give me that number 1 pick. And gentlemen, they defied the odds. So young Peyton, the Dallas Mavericks will trade Luka to the Lakers. And who walks in the door? Cooper Flag. One word on the Mavs defying the odds.
Riggs. This is the greatest scenario the NBA could have hoped for. They're trying to bail out Nico Harrison, but wait, I just heard that they just traded the rights to Cooper Flag to the Lakers for Laker team manager Bronny James. But Mavericks fans will see Cooper Flag as the savior coming in, restoring excitement there in Dallas, especially after Kyrie goes down, which was such a big blow for Mavs fans. But Cooper Flag and Anthony Davis will be awesome for about 2 weeks before AD ends up in street clothes again.
Employed. That means Nico Harrison is still going to be employed. Everyone might forget about this Luka trade because Cooper Flag, one of the most polarized picks in a very long time. Everyone's saying he's a guaranteed generational player. Getting him with Anthony Davis, hopefully Kyrie comes back at some point during the season. Probably won't be until late. If they could at least try to sneak into the playoffs with Kyrie, Anthony Davis, I think this would be a good team.
It could be a very good team. My one word is story. Follow me on this one. A former billionaire boss of mine used to pound this into our heads. Do not let the facts get in the way of a really good story. And all Nico needs to tell everybody next year is, hey, this is what I had planned all along. We get rid of the guy that didn't want to get in shape. That was a first-round bounce out in the NBA playoffs. And we get a generational talent in Cooper Flag walking in the door. If I was Nico, I'd be walking around the facility, chest out, shoulders back. Don't even talk to me about Luka. And never let the facts get in the way of a really good story. That's my one word. Now, the odds of Michael Jordan ever doing television work, I think, are less than 1.8%. But alas, young Peyton, that is what we have. They announced at Upfronts, it's a TV term for big get-together in New York, that Michael Jordan will be joining NBC as they get the NBA back for the first time in 20-some-odd years. One word on Michael Jordan and the NBA and television all coming together.
Yikes, because that's how I think it's going to go. No disrespect, but I mean, kind of, because how the heck is that going to go well? We've seen him in interviews and such. Is he really the guy? I don't know. Yikes.
Vintage. It'll feel nice to see Michael Jordan on NBC, where we know during the playoffs, that's where the NBA playoffs used to be on NBC back in the 90s when he won all those championships. But we've never really seen Michael Jordan as an analyst. He's done it here and there, but I don't know if he has the chops to really be a color commentator or an analyst.
My one word is overthinking. They are absolutely overthinking this. What they're doing, because they also brought back, who's the music, can't even say it, the guy who made the music for
John
the
Tesh.
NBA?
John Tesh.
Yeah, John Tesh. So he was actually at the Upfronts as well. And he played there. They're going to go back to that old music. And I think in their minds at NBC, very smart executives, I might add, but they're like, man, let's go right back. We're now 25 years along. You can't go back to the 90s. But he's going to be a special consultant. But I think right now, NBC is overthinking it. And my guess is that after a year, tops, they're going to just have him do the interviews, where he sits there and it looks like he's reporting, but he's not really, as a special consultant, because this is way overthinking this one. MJ, no bueno. Topic number 3. Gentlemen, the NFL kind of likes to leak out their schedule, not the entire thing, but the big stuff. And it's clear that they are leaning into the Philadelphia Eagles as their prime time team this year. First game, Eagles-Cowboys, Thursday, September 4th. But then, young Peyton, they're also going to have against the Packers, who are the one team that wanted to get the tush-push out of here. One word on the NFL leaning in to these rivalries and narratives.
I'm just excited for the season to start. So glorious to think we only have 16 Sundays to go before we all get Scott Hansen in NFL Red Zone is completely glorious. I'm already strategizing and contemplating my first few fantasy drafts here. And this Monday Night Football schedule that was just announced, it's only icing on the NFL cake. Can't wait for a great NFL season, which will provide even more ways for me to take down Soupy in the prize fight.
Glorious television, because yes, these are games. This is a league. This is, you're trying to win a championship, but this is also a television show. We want to be entertained by a television show. Giving the Eagles, who are the champions, with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, give them the best opponents, put them on primetime TV so people will watch.
I want to be clear. You use the same word as Peyton?
It's like good television.
You said glorious television.
I said good television.
Producer man, we'll put a pin in that one. All right, topic. See, I just took my own time to berate this stupid. All right, topic number 4. Trey Henderson, arguably the best defensive lineman in all of football. And the Cincinnati Bengals and their GM 5 months ago said, we're going to keep all of our top guys, Jamar Chase, we already have Joe Burrow, and Trey Hendrickson. He said before the draft, they're not talking to me. And now after the draft, he said yesterday in a report that they've had no communication. How is this possible? Young Peyton, one word on the Bengals bungling it yet again.
Astonishing. How can anything be resolved without communication? The NFL draft was on April 24th, so we are approaching now 3 weeks of zero communication between Bengals management and a guy who just led the league with 17.5 sacks and has made the Pro Bowl the last 4 years in a row. And the only thing he has heard is that Jamar Chase got a brand new $161 million deal. To me, that's astonishing. And remember, Trey Hendrickson requested a trade last year before coming back, so stay tuned for that.
Cashed out. They already spent all the money on Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. What do you expect from the Bengals, who are known to be cheap? That's why it was surprising when they paid both of those wide receivers. I feel like now they're going to try to go back to their cheap ways. I wouldn't be surprised if Henderson really is gone this time.
One of those wide receiver deals is smoke and mirrors that we'll get into in August, but it's not what the numbers seem. Stupid. This is just stupid. And this is why the Bengals, despite everything, Joe Burrow has still managed with Jamar Chase to make them a good team. But when you're in a league with a salary cap and you've got to spend that money anyway, why do you continue to be cheap? And why do you continue when you have a generational talent like Trey Hendrickson? Do you not embrace him and make him feel like he's one of your very best of all time? This is just stupid. Topic number 5. Gentlemen, the NFL prints money. But this is how much, if you're an NFL fan and you want to watch every single game next year, you will have to spend in order to do it. Over $1,500. There it is, courtesy of Producer Man, and there you see the numbers. Young Peyton, one word on the NFL being far from cheap as a viewer.
Red zone, because that's all I need and that's all you need. Get your breakfast on the West Coast or your lunch on the East Coast. Sit down on the couch, turn on our guy, Scott Hansen, for some Scotty Sundays. Red zone's my one word.
Deal with it, because you're going to pay for it anyways. The NFL knows. They know that no matter how much it could be $15,000, and they know fans are going to pay for it.
Netflix. And they're on this screen because Netflix did the exact same thing with the WWE. They said, you're going to pay it. We know you're going to pay it, and there's nothing you can do. Also, they tested this out last year on Christmas Day. And what did they get? Something like 25 million viewers. And that's why Netflix and Amazon and all of these big streaming services are getting into the streaming game with live sports, which is why we're now talking multiples of billions of dollars in order to make this stuff happen. So when you have, 6 different ways to consume the NFL next season, my goodness, it all goes back to Netflix trying this out. And now this is going to be our new normal. Behind the paywall, Young Peyton, and you got about 20 seconds, is going to be the normal that fans just have to get used to.
Yeah, without question. Fans are just going to have to get used to it because NFL is just the most expensive sport to pay for, and that's why it's the biggest one in this country. So fans are just going to have to deal with that.
To be 20 seconds, Amazon Prime and Netflix are both a part of this now.
Yeah, you know, everybody's already subscribed to all of these anyway, so I don't know why people are worried. I hate when people say, oh, I got to pay for all this. You were already just subscribed to all of this, so why does it even matter?
You actually just made complete sense right there.
Oh, thank you.
After you completely butchered one word today. Soupy made it 3 words today. Today it was 3 words. It's like, let's play 3 words.
Rules are loose. We know that.
All right, great job, guys, on one word. We're only halfway through here on Coach and Company. Coming at the break on YouTube, we've got Round the Rink with Peyton and Mark. And on the other side, Chuck rejoins us. We're talking everything hoops tonight. Pacers, Cavs, Nuggets, and Thunder. It's Coach and Company live, as always, right here on Stadio.
Welcome back to Coaching Company, guys. Some great NHL games today, so it's time to go around the rink.
two of them, and that is your skate around the rink.
All right, very good. I know I'm on camera, producer man. I was just sitting here watching myself, listening to Mark. I love when producer man gets pissed behind the scenes and nobody sees it. Eventually, he will. He gets so irritated when the tech freezes, and I absolutely love it sometimes. We will have Round the Rink, and we'll post it on social media later today. But you guys get the picks. That's what's important. Sometimes things happen. And I kind of like it because it throws my guys off a little bit, and that's how we learn, and that's how we get better. All right, Raphael rejoins me. We got a little nugget coming up. It's Coach and Company. We're back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. This is Coach and Company live on the Stadium Network and everywhere. YouTube, social media, and available in over 110 million homes. All right, Raphael, you're rejoining me now. We talked about Donovan Mitchell. Now, Jason Tatum goes down last night, and the MRI is today, and I'm a little torn. Normally, a torn Achilles doesn't get the reaction like that. Maybe it's just a high ankle sprain, but how does his injury affect the series line right now?
We kept it the same thing how we're keeping Steph Curry. He's probably out for the rest of the series. So every number that comes out, we're looking at Tatum probably not playing. His series price is off the board right now. We're going to wait for that MRI to come back. I believe it's probably something of his calf, not his Achilles. You are 110% correct. It didn't look like a normal Achilles. It looks like someone shot someone in the back of the leg when you go down for an Achilles. I think it has something of his calf. But series prices will be up today on this one. But a little nugget on the Packers-Eagles game. Eagles open a 1.5-point favorite on that game. Total 45.5. The tush push game. This should have been the first Monday Night Football game. Why is this Week 10? This should have been the first Monday Night Football game.
Wait a second. You don't like Cowboys-Eagles? You'd rather have Packers-Eagles?
No, well, yesterday when you were off, I wanted Washington and Eagles. No one cares about Dallas anymore. They ain't doing nothing. We have a superstar as a quarterback in Washington. They got some new shiny toys during the offseason. Washington's going to compete with the Eagles, not the Cowboys.
Yeah. Why would we want the biggest rivalry in the NFL to start the season? Why would we want that, Raphael? All right. Great job, as always. We'll see you a little bit later in the show. All right, we got 2 big games that we got to break down. My boys are back. It's time to hoop it up. All right, the boys are back. Big Chuck, we're going to come right back over to you. I need Charles on the screen too, producer man, please, because I'm starting with him right here, right now, because the only thing I can play right now is a total, and he's my totals guy. So, oh, there he is. Looking glorious, by the way. Big Chuck, when we look at BetMGM right now, Pacers, Cavs, 7.5 is the number, but the total's 230.5. And this has been a market that's been very volatile here in the playoffs. Do you like this number tonight? As I think both teams are going to be playing very free basketball.
I will continue to say this is the one that I'll back as the over series. It has went over in 6 straight at Cavs homes games, and it's went over in 9 of the last 10 in Pacers road games. Still sticking with the over, even though we're going to do a lineup check for Donovan Mitchell. But you know what happens a lot of times when that superstar's out, that those next players tend to step up. I would really like the Cavs in this spot and some points.
And the crazy part is that young Peyton right now at 7.5. This is not knowing what Donovan Mitchell is going to do. The Pacers have been the dominant team outside of their one loss in this series. Explain to me how this is at 7.5 currently at -110.
I can't explain to you. I have no words. The Pacers have been playing so well lately and shooting the ball so well. How do you make it a 7.5-point spread, especially considering the Cavs just gave up 129 points to them and we're down 41, 43 at halftime, whatever it was. But absolutely insane. And the Cavaliers at home have been a great team all season. We've seen that, but they're just not the same team right now, and they're having some big trouble against the Pacers when it comes to matchups on the floor.
I watched at some point, Soupy, in game number 4. I didn't know 3 of the 5 players that were on the court for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and somehow the sports books, and this is where you can kind of find what I call free money, is they're looking at the season without looking at the series. Your take?
Yeah, right now the Cavaliers, they are allowing the second highest, or they're allowing the highest field goal percentage of the teams remaining. This used to be a good defensive team, but they have absent that with the offense this year. I agree with Charles with the higher scoring game. I love the way the Pacers are playing. Second highest pace of play in the playoffs, and that's why this is going to be a higher scoring game. And I just think it's the Pacers. I think they close it out on the road. I just don't like the way the Cavaliers are looking. Even if Donovan Mitchell is back, is he going to be 100%?
By the way, BetMGM is the only book currently that has the total at 230.5. Our model over at JTS, if you remember, you already know it. They have the under 230 and then leaning to Indiana plus the 7.5 or plus the 8. Charles, let me come back over to you because I'm looking at a fade because at BetMGM right now, Donovan Mitchell, his number is 27.5 juiced with 5 nickels, minus 125 to the under. I would pound this all day, every day right now because if he just steps on the court, this number's in play.
Exactly. He could go out at halftime. He could go out at the first quarter. Yeah, all over the under. I think that he'll more be of a facilitator if he does play, get everyone else involved. Love that under.
And young Peyton, when I look at all of the numbers here, the top 3 names are all Cavs. It's Mitchell, it's Garland, and it's Evan Mobley. We don't get a Pacers player, which shows the whole team effort, until Pascal Siakam at 17.5. Is there a player tonight that you think could have a really good game?
I like Tyrese Halliburton to kind of close out this series because when you look at guys, or especially a lot of teams in the playoffs on the road, you look for these stars kind of for each team, and Siakam's one of them. But I really like Halliburton, who has the ball a lot more in his hands to put the ball in the basket and to make a couple of those step back threes and turn to the crowd and celebrate and really shut up everybody in Cleveland tonight.
Soupy, his number right now is 16.5 for Halliburton, and I think he's playing a little chip on his shoulder. I agree with Peyton. Your take?
I like Pascal Siakam. He had 21 points in the last game. He's done very well against Cleveland. 18 or more points in 6 of 8 games against Cleveland going back. He's going to have a big game tonight. That's the guy who I'm picking.
All right, very, very good. We'll keep our eye on that game. It's a closeout game. The Pacers could move on to the Eastern Conference Finals with a win in Cleveland later tonight. Now to the best series of the entire NBA playoffs. We're tied to 2 games apiece, and now the series shifts back to Oklahoma City. And the Nuggets, well, right now they are an underdog. Chuck, let me come to you. When you look at this game and the way the first 4 games have played out, where does your mind take you?
I was looking at this line. I saw it as a 10.5 when it first came out. Now we're seeing some 10, so it definitely looks like the Nuggets are taking some money, even though OKC are 10-2 ATS their last 12. I thought this would be a OKC spot. I'm curious to see if this line continues to go up, but the total is what really fascinates me. It was at 217.5. Now we're seeing some 220, 220.5. We're expecting points, which it's went over an 8 of 11 on the road for the Nuggets.
Peyton, second game tonight that I'm missing something. I know the Thunder can blow teams out, but this is game 5, and the Nuggets have been right there outside of a couple of quarters. Do you like the Nuggets as an underdog here?
Yeah, without question. But during the regular season, we'd see these Thunder spreads be like 14.5 against the Trailblazers. I mean, are the Nuggets really 4 points? Just 4 points better than the Trailblazers? I don't understand what's going on here. Like Jokic and Murray in the playoffs, the Nuggets, I know they didn't have a great regular season, but these guys when it comes to playoff basketball are just different players, and they know how to win these games and at least keep them close. 10.5 is way too big of a spread. I like the Nuggets in this spot.
All right. I want to bring Raphael in a second, producer man, back on screen, but I got to go to Soupy first. Soupy, when we look at this and this series, I know you look at it from a lot of different angles. What's your biggest angle?
My biggest angle is there is no angle. We've seen higher scoring games. The last game, 92-87. We've seen close games. We've seen blown outs. There is really no trend that you can look at and say, I can pinpoint this and I can take that. That's what makes it exciting though, because you don't know which way it's going to go.
Raphael with an update. Let's bring him back on. Raphael, what do you got as far as who is popular betting in this game tonight?
Yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein is one of the popular ones. All morning long, his numbers have been just climbing upwards. Of course, Drew Gordon has been very popular as well. But in this game itself, some really early buyback since we've been on the air on Denver. A couple U.S. books already moved it to 10. We won't see 11. Wouldn't shock me if we see a maybe closing number of 10. But early money, OKC money line bets, right now, all Denver money.
And Aaron Gordon and who else? Hartenstein?
Hartenstein.
Is it points, rebounds, assists? What are they betting on those guys?
Mostly points and rebounds, and for Gordon, mostly. Oh, I'm sorry. Gordon's under 19.5 points and assists and points and rebounds. Under and Gordon, over and Isaiah Hartenstein. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. At BetMGM currently, Aaron Gordon is 15.5. So, Chuck, let me come over to you after all that information from Raphael. Gordon's been the one guy that is playing with incredible confidence right now, including the game winner that he hit.
I like Gordon. I would be looking at pinpoint his overs. He keeps coming up clutch in this series, including getting that big three to make sure that the Denver covered the last game. Yeah, I'm all over his overs. Yeah, sign me up for that.
And Peyton, I'm looking at another guy here. Whenever the game's the biggest, Jokic normally steps up. And I thought his number would be closer to 30, but there's only one guy with a number over 30 at BetMGM, and that is SGA at 31.5. Jokic comes in what I like to call the sweet spot at 27.5. Do you like that?
Yeah, I really like that. Jokic. I also like SGA at home, 31.5. That's not a crazy number for him, even though 31 sounds like a big number. It's not for that guy, leading scorer in the NBA. But Nikola Jokic, he should just dominate everything tonight. He's going to have the ball a lot in his hands. This is the biggest game of the series. The ball is going to be in the hands of the stars, so that's why I like Jokic tonight.
Yeah, Robbie Hockey, one of the talents on Weekday Wagers, our afternoon show right here on our YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Soupy, he has a Denver Futures ticket, so he says he's hanging on by a thread. If you had a Denver Futures ticket, how confident would you be right now?
I'm confident because they are the defending champions. They have played these games close except for that one blowout, and they regrouped and they won that game. I think Jokic is going to step up. Murray needs to step up. He's been very inconsistent throughout the whole series, but Aaron Gordon has stepped up. Braun has stepped up. I think they'll find a way to get over this team. I still think the Thunder are a little too young for this big spot.
Very interesting. I don't mind that take, to be honest with you. By the way, Jamal Murray, his number at BetMGM, juiced very much to the over at 19.5 at minus 130. So if it goes up any higher, they're going to switch that over to 20 points, no doubt about it. And Jalen Williams, the guy nobody ever talks about, his number 21.5 tonight for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Plenty more on line movement, players, and all that coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today on Weekday Wagers. Now, coming up on the other side, you guys know what time it is. Put the dukes up. It's time for a prize fight. Can young Peyton rebound after a loss a week ago? We will find out. And also, for those of you who are not here at the top of the hour, don't even worry about it. The numbers change. A lot of things change, so we lock it in coming up on the other side. Having a great day. It is Coach and Company, as always, right here on Stadium. All right, some breaking news just sent to me by Producer Man. We'll bring everybody back in. ESPN has just released their streaming service that is going to come out in the fall. Raphael, $29.99 they're going to charge for it. And they also announced that Rich Eisen will move his show over to the streaming service in the fall. $30, you going to pay for it?
For the Coach and Company credit card, of course I'm going to pay for it. So yeah, add that another streaming service to my charge.
Wow, Chuck, $30.
That's crazy. It just went up also, but I have no other choice. It carries all of my top leagues. I kind of have me handcuffed here.
You have no choice. That's exactly right. Soupy, maybe we're going to have to get it. We work on this show.
Eventually, we're going to have to get it, because maybe we'll be on it someday. Who knows?
Well, okay. Young Peyton.
There's just so many streaming sites now, so now I can't even keep up with it anymore. But $30 is a lot.
I will say this: if you're trying to add value ESPN and you're looking for a show that's turnkey, that's ready to go, that has somebody who already is on ESPN with 2 other projects, ring a ding ding. Ring a ding ding. That's all I'm saying. Could you guys see yourselves on ESPN? I could. Yeah? Yeah?
Something pretty for ESPN.
Stadium and ESPN. We're here for it. Damn it, we're here for it. By the way, DG's in the chat. I did not realize this. New start time. You would think the guy that runs the brand would know the start time, Raphael, wouldn't you?
You would
Of
think
the shows
so.
that are, you think so? Okay. So 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, weekday wagers, DG, Mark, and Robbie Hockey will get you ready in the afternoon. There might have been too much competition at 3 p.m. Eastern. That could have been it. That could have been it. No reactions? Deadpan? Chuck's looking away. All right, you guys know what time it is. Coming right out of the break, my boys get down and dirty when it comes to prize picks with a prize fight. And low-key, I love to see how young Peyton reacts when he's coming off a losing week. We are back live in 5 seconds. All right, we do it every single Tuesday. It's my boys. It's Soupy on one side. It is young Peyton, the birthday boy, on the other. And the rules are very simple. Whoever wins the week before gets to go first. So raise your hand if you won last week. Oh, snap. Soupy, floor is yours.
There are just a few things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, Peyton losing to me, and Isaiah Hartenstein going over his props, because I'm taking him more than his more rebounds, because he has hit this in 5 straight and 7 straight against the Nuggets. And what it is, he's starting to play more minutes against the Nuggets. He's only averaged 27.9 minutes this season. He's played 29 or more minutes in 3 or 4 games in this series. He is going to have another big game tonight. Now we're going to move to the diamond, because I'm looking at Aaron Judge. Right now, he is the Triple Crown leader, batting .414, 14 home runs, and 40 RBI. Yes, and it is only early May. Going to get some 3.5 total bases. He's hitting 320 at T-Mobile Park with a 1.214 OPS. He hit this last night there. He's going to hit it again. And Rafael Devers, yeah, he don't want to play the field, but don't guess what? He's still doing his bat. I'm taking him 6.5 hitter fantasy score going against Detroit. They have a bullpen day. You know it's always a higher scoring game on a bullpen day.
Wasn't it just a couple months ago, Devers was like, Alex Bregman, this is my spot. You're not taking my spot. Now all of a sudden he doesn't want to play in the field? All right. Soupy has put his 3 challenge on the ground. So young Peyton, you look like you're just discounting him right now. Like you're like, this is sweat-free this week. That's how I feel your reaction. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Aaron Judge has a golden sombrero today. All right, we're going with Aaron Gordon, more than 1.5 3-pointers made. He's hit this in his last 4 games. He's put up 6 or 7 threes in those last 2 games in this series. So he just needs to knock down 2 tonight, and he's really worked on his jump shot. I really like when he shoots the ball. I really didn't, but now I do. Shane Baz, more than 2.5 earned runs. He's given up 6 and 7 runs in his last 2 starts. He's got an ERA of almost 5. Toronto's offense just put up 9 runs, so they're feeling good. They just need to get 3 tonight to lock in this demon pick. And how about our boy SGA, more than 31.5 points tonight in a huge game 5. He's going to have a huge game tonight in front of the home crowd. This is the biggest game of the year, so we're going to see NBA's leading scorer dominate in this one. I like SGA and Jokic tonight, but I'm going with SGA because he's at home.
It doesn't scare you, huh? Doesn't scare you at all.
Not at all. Denver has played some good defense against him, but all you need is just a little ball screen, and he really knows how to play them to get off of whoever's guarding him on ball and get a little bit of an open space. And when he gets to the elbow, it's over.
He's great from 15 feet. He's great from 15 to 17 feet. All right, lock them all in because we now know what the 6 plays are, 3 from each guy, and we'll have the results live tomorrow on the show. All right, many of you have jobs, you have lives, and hours, a long time to hang with one show. We get that. And things change throughout the hour as well. So, as always, it's time in the show, in Coaching Company, to lock it in. we start with our man, Big Chuck Day Soccer. Let's go.
La Liga, Valladolid, Girona, the both teams to score, which has cashed in 8 of Valladolid's last 10 matches and 7 of Girona's past 10 fixtures. Then the premium play of the day, Sociedad, Celta Vigo, still in La Liga, with Sociedad conceding 1.2 goals per match and Celta Vigo 1.6 per outing, making this another both teams to score spot.
The man is literally giving away his premium picks. QR codes on the screen. 1 or 2 casters. You're playing for the entire season. Best value in all of Side Hustles is right here with my man, Big Chuck, and his premium play. All right, Raphael, my numbers guy, talk to me.
We're going with Russell Westbrook over 13.5 points and rebounds -110. He's the soul that comes off the bench that gives Denver the boost that they need. He's hit this out of 5 out of 7. I think he's going to have another monster game. And in baseball, give me the New York Yankees team total over 3.5 at -120. Last night, they scored 11 runs. They're going to have no issue scoring runs again tonight in this Little League ballpark we call in Seattle.
We've got the Yankees all over the board. Synergy is the word. Soupy, coming to you.
Yankees -0.5 in the first 5. Max Fried, 1.05 ERA. And the Mendoza line would be an improvement for the Seattle lineup, who are only hitting 0.95 against him. And Stars, Jets, under 5.5. 2 of these 3 games have gone on the under. The opportunities have actually been scarce. It's just been Dallas that has taken advantage of it. I think Hellebuck has a better game tonight, so I'm going to go with the under 5.5.
Young Peyton, talk to me.
Yeah, 8 of the last 9 Mariners home games have gone over the total runs line, and 7 is a very low number. I don't care who's on the mound. We're taking that game over 7. And the Denver Nuggets, plus 10.5, way too big of a spread. Jokic and Murray in a game 5. Give me the Nuggets to keep this one close.
Way too high in all of our opinions. You guys out here, love you kids. Holler, looking great. Sometimes you got to be a dad before you're a host. Have a great day. Love my kids. All right, Mark from JTS. What is our play of the day, sir?
Coach, it's going to start with OKC's Aaron Wiggins to get at least 1 3-pointer. He's shooting 50% from deep. He's made 7 in his last 14 attempts from behind the arc. Love this spot for him here. We're going to combine that with Miami Marlins' Valente Beloso to throw over 1.5 walks. He's throwing 60% of his pitches have been for balls so far this season. He's facing a Cubs lineup that ranks 6th in the walk rate versus righties. Put them both together for plus 116. Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
You're damn right. And you guys know what time it is. QR code. There it is. Use our code BTT30. We give you 30 days for free to check out everything at the site. And then you will roll with us right into football season. Raphael, make me smarter.
This one's factoring in that the Dodgers have moved 20 cents since we started the show. The Dodgers are 12-3 in their last 15 days, coming off a day off. The A's, 20 losses this year, 15 of them were lost by the run line. So I think you get the Dodgers a nice price on the run line tonight.
One other nugget from the chat. You said shocking Cavs series price money coming in on what?
Yeah, I don't know why they're taking a cat. That's just telling me that Mitchell's definitely playing tonight, and I think a lot of people think that they can maybe turn this series around. But as of right now, too, Denver Nugget money coming in on the series price.
So what's the price for both?
Right now it's plus. All the $3 are gone for the Pacers, so now you can get pay Cleveland at plus 240 at MGM, plus 245, and then all the minus $6 for OKC are pretty much gone. You can get Denver Nuggets at plus 450.
Golly, Peyton, plus 450 for the Nuggets. That might be worth a little sprinkle.
No, without question. I mean, Jokic and Murray, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, Soupy. I mean, minus 600 in a series that is tied 2 games apiece. What are we doing?
And the Nuggets are a recent champion. They still have a lot of teams from that championship. They have that pedigree to come over this. I would definitely sprinkle that.
And Charles, if we have the Pacers less than minus 300, maybe that'd be a nice little parlay piece, perhaps.
It would definitely have to be a parlay piece, or you can maybe wait and see what happens this game. Maybe you get a little bit better value. Maybe the Cavs do come out, even if they may not cover, but still win. You may even get a better number, but definitely parlay material.
All right, 5 to 10 seconds. Each guy go right down the line. Which game are you more looking forward to tonight? Peyton, go.
Thunder and Jokic and Murray.
I agree. And you can get 8-1 for the Nuggets to win the Western Conference. You'll have a nice hedge to it.
OKC Nuggets.
Yeah, sweep the board. It's OKC Nuggets.
Nobody likes the Pacers and Cavs tonight.
I think
Very
the Pacers are
interesting.
just going to win this. Pacers are just going to win it. It's over.
Gentlemen, well done today. Producer man's always ahead of the game with my one shot. Do not forget weekday wagers, new start time, DG, Mark, and Robbie Hockey at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. It's now that time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to be nice to one another, be kind, be honest. It's the only way that this thing can work, and understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know, love you, sweetheart, what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of the tickets straight to the pay window. My entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Raphael, Big Chuck, Soupy, Young Peyton, producer man always behind the scenes making the show look like $1 million. I'm simply the coach. Try to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. This is Coach and Company live, as always, on Stadium. Best of luck.